Before we go on to the next video, let's learn about Bloc. Bloc stands for Business Logic Component and is a state management tool that decouples our business logic from our UI. A major reason for having proper state management is so we can easily scale and maintain our app and test our code. When our UI and business logic are intertwined, it is a lot more difficult to add features and your files become extremely cluttered. This diagram, taken from the Bloc documentation, is viewed left to right. At its core, a block takes in events and yields states based on these events. The UI changes to reflect the current state of the block. Based on the specified event, a block may have to request data from an API or database and returns the response in an updated state to the user. Let's walk through an example. Our user sends an event to our block by taking some action in the app. Actions could be things like tapping a button or scrolling to the bottom of a list. An event called getData is sent to the block. The block then takes in this event and yields a state called loading. Our UI then knows to show the user a loading indicator. The block sends a request to the API or database to retrieve data. When the response comes back to the block yields a new state called loaded containing the retrieved data. Since the block now has a loaded state, our UI reflects the loaded state by showing the retrieved data to our user. If we were to put all of this logic into our UI, it would get pretty messy with all of the set states, and only more complicated as we add more logic. This is why separating our business logic from our UI is essential for readability and scaling our app. Although Bloc may seem complicated now, as we build out our app, it's going to become a lot more clear. And with that, let's move on to the next video.